Hi, everyone, and welcome once again to EBTV's coverage of Central Jersey High School basketball. Tonight, the South Brunswick Vikings visit the East Brunswick Bears. Gordy Deal alongside Jimmy Allinder. Another GMC Red Division contest. Should be another bloodbath.
Oh, bloodbath. It's going to be an exciting game. By the way, I brought some cough drops with us. I think we're going to lose our voices tonight, Gordy. This is keeping up with the action. This is going to be an exciting game. You got both teams coming in with 6-3 records. Now, South Brunswick beat the Piscataway the other night. That says a lot about this team that East Brunswick's playing because, quite honestly, East Brunswick opened up with Piscataway. We're beaten, very up-tempo team. They got a lot of horses, and East Brunswick's going to have his hands full. Now, on the other hand, that same evening, the Bears lost to St. Joe's by an 18-point margin. Just exactly who are these guys? We saw them on Monday night against Perth Amboy, and they rebounded well. They shot the ball from the outside well. They did everything, and we really think we have a good team here. But then again, they pull an 18-point loss against St. Joe's, and you don't know what you have. So the question is, what is East Brunswick going to be like tonight? If you look at the matchups, East Brunswick definitely has the height advantage with Gordon Hurley, Larry Press on the front line. The tallest guy for South Brunswick is 6'3". So right away you think they're going to exploit the height advantage. Then again, East Brunswick has the outside shooting of Ryan McBride, leads the team with 24 three-pointers. Then you got Bobby Henning. Now, Bobby went down with a little bit of an injury against St. Joe's. According to the coach, his father, Bo Henning, he's going to be all right, shouldn't be a problem. I really see an excellent game here tonight.
It should be interesting. As you mentioned, both teams with 6-3 records. A couple of common opponents that we mentioned. Both teams beat Perth Amboy. Both teams have lost to St. Joe's. Should be interesting. Mark Babbage, head coach at South Brunswick, now in season number 5. Bo Henning in season number 13. For South Brunswick, one of the things we'll watch for, perimeter team, watch for the shooting ability and penetration ability of Trent Horton and the scoring ability of Tremaine Reed. Should be an exciting game. East Brunswick versus South Brunswick. Get the starting lineups next. All right, let's get to the starting lineups. First, at point guard for South Brunswick. Number 11, Trent Horton in the backcourt with him. Number 20, Mike Neese. And number 33, Drew Beery. The forwards, Michael Knight York, who wears number 15, and also number 21, Tremaine Reed. Knight York and Reed are the captains. York about 6'3". Some of the bigger averages. Horton about 7 assists a game over his last 3 games. He's hot. He's a transfer from the state of Virginia. Tremaine Reed is the guy to watch, averaging 15 points a game. And Trent Horton will be doing most of the driving and penetrating. South Brunswick will be in the away black jerseys, black shorts with gold numerals, letters, and white trim. And now the starting lineups for East Brunswick. In the backcourt, number 11, Bob Henning. Will keep an eye on that sore ankle he's got. Also Ryan McBride. The forwards, Chris Schuler and Larry Press. And the center, actually the center is Press, and the other forward is Justin Borak.
There you go. Reed, when out with a dislocated finger in the last scrimmage for South Brunswick, missed the first 3 games, but since he's been back, he's been a terror for South Brunswick.
Ball is up. South Brunswick controls. This is Trent Horton, the point guard, number 11. And a near steal on the first play, saved by Knight York. And Horton will try to reset. A lot of defense early on by Bob Henning. Shot by Knight York won't go. EB the other way. Henning across the midcourt line. Down low to Press. Gets one man in the air, throws up the shot. Won't go, but a whistle and a foul on the play on East Brunswick's first trip down. Foul will go on Mike Knight York. That's his first, team's first. It was before the shot, so East Brunswick will trigger the inbounds pass. This is Henning holding underneath. Out for Borak. Justin backs it off now for Ryan McBride. McBride put it on the floor against Drew Beery. On the baseline, out of bounds.
They're all over him, aren't they? Yep. South Brunswick, tough defense.
Henning for Schuler up top. Now McBride thought about 3, then moved his feet. We've got our turnover against East Brunswick. Just underway, 7:23 to go here in the opening quarter. No score. East Brunswick and South Brunswick. Battle of the Brunswicks in a good old-fashioned GMC Red Division rivalry. Now that South Brunswick is up in the red, and based on the way that school population is growing, they're going to be in the Red Division for a long, long time.
Take a look at the match of the 11s, Gordy.
Look at Henning's defense.
That's going to be the key tonight as far as I'm concerned.
Just watching that makes the hair stand up in the back of my neck. I would turn it over every time against him. Gosh. Left wing for Horton. Henning's ankle looks fine based on the way he's played defense so far. And out, he gets Horton to dribble into a traveling violation.
Press.
Horton picks him up in the backcourt. That's a mistake. Henning races by him, then commits a foul from behind.
Interesting.
Trent Horton got caught and made a mental mistake. First personal on Trent, and the first team foul on South Brunswick.
You gotta want the ball.
And out of bounds, as Schuler tried to go up with it. East Brunswick maintains it. Interesting, head coach Bo Henning shouting to Schuler that he's got to demand the ball, and he did. He got it off the inbounds and then had it stripped. Here comes South Brunswick the other way. This is Nice. Backs it off for Horton. Around the right side for Beery. Beery looking for help. Baseline pass, down low. And Tremaine Reed converts. First points of the game. 2-0 South Brunswick leads it. Tremaine Reed averages 15 a game. He scores the first points. Here's Borak from outside. Shot won't go. South Brunswick wants to run. Horton in control at the point. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. There was contact by Henning. No call. Out of bounds. EB basketball.
Savage talking to his point guard, Horton, sensing he's getting a little frustrated. Tells him to settle down.
They seem a little bit out of control that trip down. Here's Schuler from the free throw line. Front rim won't go, and the rebound yanked down by Mike Knight York. Nice with a three-pointer. South Brunswick leads 5-0. Good perimeter team of South Brunswick. Here's McBride answering the other way with his own three. 5-3 South Brunswick, 2.5 gone by, first quarter. Horton with the crossover dribble, can't shake Henning. Leaves it for Nice. Pass inside, lost out of bounds, and East Brunswick gets it back.
Gordy, I perceive that Horton believes that this is a personal battle, pride for him versus Henning, who has all the stats. And I think he's really going to try to show that he can play this game.
I think that's a good point based on what we've seen early on. Borak gets out of the double team and backs it off for Henning. Shows the fist play. Frees himself momentarily on the dribble. Here's a feed inside for Press against two players. Can't get it to go. Rebound loose and grabbed by Drew Beery. Left corner for Knight York. Back it off for a Nice three. Drains it. Nice with back-to-back threes, and South Brunswick leads at 8-3. Schuler in the corner for Press, back for Schuler, puts it on the floor. Schuler and Press playing catch. Now they back it off for Henning. Henning again drives by Horton, pull up at the free throw line, and he made Horton pay. Henning with two, East Brunswick to within three, 8-5 South Brunswick leads. 4:15 to go, first quarter. Tremendous battle of the point guards continues. Here's Knight York with his back to the basket against Press. Drew Beery against Borak. Beery in trouble in the corner, forces a shot, and Borak fouled him. Bo Henning's not happy because he wanted Borak to understand that he had his man pinned in the corner.
Yeah, that was an off-balance shot by Beery, and low percentage. Wouldn't have gone in. Unnecessary foul.
First personal on Justin Borak. First team foul on East Brunswick, and at the free throw line is Drew Beery. Beery connects on the first. He'll shoot another. Beery averaging about 13 points a game. Terrific cross-country runner as well. Just a junior. Second free throw, no good by Beery. Substitution, Gordon Hurley comes into the game for Larry Press for East Brunswick. Here's Borak, put it on the floor and had it swatted out of bounds by Knight York. Gordon Hurley, 6'7" sophomore. They can go big on you, East Brunswick County. Here's Schuler working against some trees underneath. This pass for Hurley, intercepted. Here's Horton running the other way, and an offensive foul on Horton. More good defense by EB. Ryan McBride drew that one. That's the second one, and that immediately gets help up off the bench for South Brunswick as we see Sean Miller, a senior guard, come into the game for Horton.
And when Babbage talks about Horton's ability to run this team, with him taking the bench so early on, you got to wonder, see if East Brunswick can take advantage of this sequence.
A little more than midway through the first quarter, and Horton goes to the bench. Here's a pull-up by Henning.
Bingo.
They didn't give him the three. His feet were on the line. 2 for Henning, and it's 9-7. South Brunswick still leads. 3:20 to play first quarter. 5-second violation, and Henning's defense again causing problems for South Brunswick, forcing Mike Neese into the turnover.
Sorry, Gordy. Henning makes the shot down here, and then right away, the new guard in, 5-second violation. All within 10 seconds.
Just a reminder, he had a real bad ankle problem the other night against St. Joe's.
Yeah, it really shows.
Nice to be 17 and healing quickly. Here's Henning, 100 miles an hour down the other end, pull-up jumper. Uh-oh. And fuego.
Here we go.
Henning on fire. He's got 6. We're tied at 9. Now on a whistle and a foul on the aforementioned Henning. His first, team second. I don't think his dad liked the call. First personal on Bob. 5'7" senior. Here's Miller for South Brunswick. Feeds off for Reed. Shot won't fall. Rebounded by McBride, or Borak rather, the other way, and they throw it away.
That was indecision on Henning's part. But I'll tell you what, already you've seen sparks of just how good this kid is. I mean, he pulls up the jumper faster than anybody I've seen in a long time.
Tremendous quickness. Here's Miller from the right wing, won't go, and over the back foul as Mike Knight York went for the rebound. And for Knight York, that is his second personal foul. Substitution for South Brunswick. Knight York comes out of the game with his second. Dan Jaworczyk, a senior forward, comes into the game. Here comes Henning, and they simply are not going to stop him in the backcourt. Nice wraparound pass. What a feed to Larry Press. You know, Henning, he looked his man away and looked Press's man away with a head fake, and then made an easy, what appeared to be an easy wraparound pass. Not easy to execute, but easy for him.
That's another nice pass.
Back the other way, Tremaine Reed converts. He's got 4 points. And we're tied at 11. 2:05 to go, first quarter. Well, we have got a good one. Henning indicates the thumbs up play, working on Sean Miller.
He got Hurley on an offensive foul.
They call a moving pick, I guess, on Gordon Hurley. His first personal foul. And the third team foul. South Brunswick on the inbound. Mike Neese brings it up the floor behind the back dribble. Watch out, because Henning can smell it. Jaworczyk gets it for Beery. And he's fouled in the corner on his jumper.
That's Borak, second time, useless foul.
Yeah, that's Borak, second time he's been in the corner and had his man seemingly in a position to shoot an off-balance shot and committed the foul. Second personal on Borak, and that quickly gets some activity on the EB bench. We're going to see Paul Monaseski check in at guard. And Chris Schuler getting set to check back in as well. At the free throw line is Drew Beery, his second trip to the line. After that make, he is now 2 of 3. Monaseski, coming off a 5-point effort in the St. Joe's game, replaces Bob Henning. One more free throw for Beery. steady-looking shot by Beery from the charity stripe. And goes 2 for 2 that trip. He's 3 for 4 in the game, and South Brunswick leads at 13-11. So backcourt pressure now since Henning is out of the game. Monteseschi gets it from McBride. Nice shooting fake. Steps inside for the 2, won't go. Rebound by Miller. South Brunswick wants to run, doesn't have numbers, and they throw it away. Here's McBride for a 3. He nailed it. Maybe not the greatest shot selection, but if he's on fire, he's on fire. He's got 2 threes tonight, does McBride. And it's 14-13. East Brunswick has the lead.
Another 5-second call.
More good defense by the Bears. Another turnover for South Brunswick, and EB gets it back with its first lead of the night, looking to add to it. Press triggers the inbound, gets it in for Schuler. Monteseschi at the point. Miller picks him up at the midcourt line. This is press on the right wing. Guarded by Jaworczyk. Back it off for Monteseschi, indicates the thumbs up play. 45 seconds to go, first quarter. Hurley down low for Schuler. Couldn't get the handle on it, lost it out of bounds. He was open, he got himself free, but they turned it over. Bob Henning returns to the game. Ryan McBride checks out. 40 seconds to go, some backcourt pressure now as Henning picks up Mike Neese. Neese leaves for Jaworczyk, driving on Hurley. Bounce it off for Reed. Tremaine Reed. Now for Drew Beery. Driving on Schuler, lays it off for Reed, who converts. Tremaine Reed with 6 points. 18 seconds to play, first quarter. South Brunswick has regained the lead, 15-14, in what now has become a seesaw battle. Bears will play for 1. Henning with the ball, working on Sean Miller, 5 seconds.
Does he know how much time's left?
2. There's the shot at the buzzer, and it's good. Great clock management. Great clock management by Bob Henning. 8 points in the first quarter, half of his team's total. East Brunswick leads at 16-15, and head coach Bo Henning has a wireless microphone. Let's check in with him.
There's got to be some pride in our defense from you guys.
Come on, guys, pick up the dick.
Sure, you know that kid's a lefty now, right? Okay, take away his left. We can help you along the baseline. We can't help you in the middle. It exposes too many things, right? All right, now they have some shooters. I'd like to play 21 with everybody but Bobby, but I'm telling you right now, if we do that, we got to know that guys are going to contest shots on the perimeter, okay? And you got to stay in stances longer. It's the defensive end that's concerning me with you. The offense will come. The defensive end from you guys is just not focused. All right, come on, Bears, let's go.
Bo Henning told us the other night before the Perth Amboy game he was a little concerned with the amount of points his team was giving up. And that seems to be a concern he's expressing tonight. He's given up 15 in the first quarter. You know, you factor that out over 4 quarters, and that's 60 points. Given that his team is only averaging about 55.5 on offense, it's not the defense he's looking for, and he was chastising his defense in general, saying, hey, let's have a little more pride out there. Let's work it more. Here's Henning. Pull-up jumper fouled from behind. His feet were kicked from behind, and wouldn't you know it, it's Trent Horton who picks up his 3rd foul.
That's amazing.
2 seconds into the second quarter. That's 3 on Trent, and that really, really puts a crimp in what Mark Babbage is trying to do, because Horton directs the offense. He's the penetrator.
This is like giving 2 points to East Brunswick when you put Bobby Henning on the line.
Henning, a 90% free throw shooter. You jinxed him, not me.
Okay. Yeah, I brought it up. Hey, Horton out. This guy's going to have a nice seat to watch the game tonight.
Henning on the season. 35 out of 39, make it 35 out of 40 now. And he hits the second. Bobby's got 9 points. East Brunswick leads 17-15. Here comes South Brunswick. This is Drew Beery. The new man in the game is Jim Jaworczyk. He is the younger brother of Dan Jaworczyk, who we saw earlier.
Yeah, and Danny just turned it over. Palmed the ball.
Another turnover for the Vikings. 7:45 to play here in the first half. Sean Miller checks out of the game for South Brunswick. as Mike Neese returns. Monaseski and Henning, both in the backcourt. Here's Schuler putting on, wow, did he recognize he was open? Drive, but he blew it. But good court recognition by Chris Schuler.
Yeah.
Back the other way, South Brunswick. And Mike Neese gets the shooter's touch. He's got 8 points, 17-17. We are tied. Press in the backcourt, finds Henning cutting. Henning thought about the shot, backs it off now for Monaseski. Thought three, steps inside and takes the two at the elbow. No, look at Hurley using the size. The putback won't go, keeps the rebound alive for himself.
Wow.
And kept it alive for his team. East Brunswick get another shot here on offense. Hurley using all of that 6'7" frame to keep that ball alive. Press steps out to receive. Working on Drew Beery. Henning, 6:45 to go, second quarter. Henning loses him with the dribble. Kind of a wild shot, and there's Hurley again tipping it out, and they're going to whistle a foul over the back on Hurley. That's his second personal. And the 5th team foul on EB. Hurley comes to the bench. Returning is Ryan McBride. A pretty good guard lineup out there now for East Brunswick with Monaseski, McBride, and Henning. Oh, it's a nice pass from Jim Jaworczak, intended for Beery. They didn't connect.
That's the type of passion that Henning is talking about, allowing that pass to go through like that.
Here's McBride, Schuler, pull-up jumper from 12, won't go.
Chris having his problems tonight.
Yeah, his touch seems to be just a little bit off. Here's Beery on the right wing. Gets a pick from Neese. Now backs it off for Neese. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. 17-17, we're tied. There's a block by Schuler, but a whistle and a foul on Tremaine Reed. That was committed by Schuler. And for Chris, his first personal and team foul number 6 on EB. And they are at the limit. Shooting foul. And Tremaine Reed will shoot 2, averages 15 a game. 6'2" senior. Co-captain along with Mike Knight York. First won't go for Reed. He'll shoot one more. Still tied at 17. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. But it gets real quiet in the gym, and those East Brunswick fans give the opposing team's foul shooter a lot of grief. It can get very personal when you're at the free throw line. Second free throw is good by Tremaine Reed. He's got 7 points, and South Brunswick has taken a 1-point lead, 18-17. McBride for Monaseski, alone, top of the arc. Guarded there by Neese, and a steal by Reed, but a reach-in foul.
Quite honestly, Gordy, East Brunswick has not been able to get anything inside. They've tried, but all their points have really come from the perimeter thus far.
Tremaine Reed, his first personal, team foul number 6. Both teams at the limit. The next foul will mean a 1-and-1 opportunity. Here's Schuler in the paint. Can't get it to fall. He's just missing on that touch. And now press is tied up after getting the offensive rebound. Possession arrow belongs to South Brunswick. Jim Jaworczak will trigger the inbound, gets it in for Neese. Mike Neese and Drew Beery kind of forced to run the point since their main point guard, Trent Horton, is saddled with 3 personal fouls. Jim Jaworczak for Neese, working on McBride. Jaworczak, free throw line, lobs it on the baseline for Knight York. Now for Beery, left-handed shot. Won't go, the rebound Schuler.
That was a little better.
Now Schuler right now, because his touch seems to be a little off, has to rely on the defense and the rebounding. I think the shot will eventually come. Henning loses his man with the dribble. Shot rolls around and falls through. Henning with 11. East Brunswick regains the lead, 19-18. Jim Jaworczak for Mike Neese, working on Henning. Back it off for Beery. Now Jaworczak Nice, little elbow in the chest of Henning to free himself up. Shot won't go. A rebound by Press. 4:25 to play, second quarter. East Brunswick looking to build on a 1-point lead. It's been a tight game all along. Schuler's got the touch now and the foul.
That time it went in.
Foul will go on Tremaine Reed. That's his second personal. Score the basket for Schuler, his first points of the night. And he goes to the free throw line. 78% free throw shooter. East Brunswick leads by 3. Schuler will shoot 1.
And that was the 7th team foul for South Brunswick, so East Brunswick will be in the bonus.
Schuler shot back iron. The lead holds at 3 with 4:15 to go, first half. Let's see if that is the shot that gets Schuler untracked offensively. He has just missed tonight on a couple of good opportunities from close in. South Brunswick calls timeout. Mark Babbage pleading with the referees. Calls a 30-second timeout. 4:02 to go, second quarter. Let's check in with Bo Henning.
No, Princeton calls all backdoor. You go out there, they're going to backdoor you. You mean bringing it up? Yeah, that's fine. But then when we get down here, all they're looking for is backdoor off of that, okay? Now, you got to make sure that your rear end is to the baseline more than what it is. A lot of you guys are getting caught with your chest facing the baseline. You're inviting them to throw it where you can't see it, okay? See the ball, he goes through, open up, close, rear end to the baseline more, okay? Does anybody need a break here? You sure?
Let's go, White.
Okay.
Let's get some stops.
Does anybody need a break here? I don't think I've ever heard a high school kid say yes to that question. I don't think I've known a high school kid who just voluntarily wanted to come out of a game.
He teaches his kids to be honest and upfront, understanding that the right answer is going to make the difference between a win and a loss sometimes.
Tremaine Reed forced one, almost went through. Press yanks down the rebound. Lob pass by Henning to Schuler, converts. Watch out, here comes Schuler. He's got 4 unanswered, and it's a 5-point lead, 23-18.
Bobby Henning is playing a superb game. Dishing it off, making the shots.
Do you think when he gets out of bed in the morning and goes to have breakfast, his feet are moving that fast? He grabs the cereal, shuffles over to get the milk, low to the ground.
Doesn't need the sugar.
Get the spoon. Missed by Drew Beery. Here comes Henning the other way. Henning.
Unbelievable.
Goodness gracious.
Unbelievable. He caused that foul.
I'm trying to describe the action. My tongue can't keep up with what my mind wants to say.
He's going to have a 1-and-1, Gordy, and again, you know his foul shooting percentage.
Foul goes on Jim Jaworski. That is his first personal. Team foul number 8. And Henning goes to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 tonight, but 90% for the season. 3:11 to play, second quarter. Henning with 11 points already. Leads all scorers. First is good. He'll shoot another. Now with 12 points, the lead is 6, 24-18. Second free throw by Henning, just like he practices them on the driveway, nothing but net. 13 points for Henning. 3:11 to play, 25-18. East Brunswick leads South Brunswick by 7. New man of the game, number 42, handling the ball now for South Brunswick is Chad Wood, junior guard. Here's Knight York, lost it out of bounds.
We also got Matt Cassidy in the ball game for East Brunswick. First time we've seen him tonight.
Cassidy in for Mark Monaseski. Cassidy, 6'2 junior. Here comes Henning. Schuler, back it off for Henning. 2:40 to go, first half. Look at the ball handling. McBride a 3. For McBride, his third 3 of the night. He's got 9 points. And it's a 28-19 lead for East Brunswick. 2:29 to go, second quarter. To the EB huddle we go.
All right, now I think we're starting to focus in on who their outside threats are and what guys can't shoot it outside. So play smart. Some guys need to take you off the dribble and some guys can shoot it outside. Continue to play smart, okay? 4, 33, 20. Best outside threats for them, okay? All right.
Coach, you don't want us to break down, do you?
I don't think we need to rake these guys, right? No, especially not off the shooters, Ryan. Good question. Good question. All right, now, stay in stances the whole time on defense. Don't let me catch you standing straight up. Next set down, we need something where Larry gets a touch. If they rake down, how about we kick it out and we repost? We repost, okay? Come on.
Hey, we need to stop here.
How analytical is that? He's already deciphered, broken down the strengths of that South Brunswick team, and is actually playing defense, allowing the weaker shooters the outside shot.
28-18. East Brunswick has outscored South Brunswick 12-3 here in the second quarter. 2:15 to go. This is Mike Knight York driving baseline, blocked from behind by Press. Henning on the right wing for Cassidy. Cassidy, three from the top of the arc. Front rim put back up by McBride. It won't go. McBride had a golden opportunity. Here's Knight York the other way. His shot is off. Rebounded by McBride.
Nothing's falling.
Henning, I don't think he dribbles that ball more than, ball doesn't bounce more than 4 inches in the air when he's driving. How do you defend that? Back the other way comes Chad Wood. Minute and a half to play, first half. South Brunswick, a lot of passes this trip down, and now a steal.
Super deep. Super deep.
Cassidy comes up with a steal for EB. Minute 5 to go, first half. That'll sap some energy out of you. Do a good job working the ball on the perimeter and then get it stolen like that. Schuler with kind of a sloppy pass. South Brunswick wins it back the other way. Knight York looking for help in the corner, backs it off for Wood.
York's going to think twice about driving to the basket now. Press all over him.
In the corner for Jaworczyk. Tremaine Reed can't get it to go. Tip back out to Reed.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul, and that one's going to go against Tremaine Reed, and that is his third.
Oh, boy.
Returning to the game is Dan Jaworczyk, and now the Jaworczyk brothers are both in the game. Jim is the junior, Dan is the senior.
You got a situation here, Gordy, where arguably the two best athletic players on South Brunswick, both with 3 fouls in this first half.
No question. Trent Horton and Tremaine Reed, both on the bench with 3. Here's McBride, right wing, 15 seconds to go. Schuler, oh, and a cutting McBride, what a pass. McBride converts, and he's got 11. He's been on fire. 5 seconds to go. Wood, I'm not sure he's aware of the clock. 2 seconds, 1. Did not get the shot off. End of the second quarter at halftime. East Brunswick 30, South Brunswick 18. Is that the pride in defense that Bo Henning was talking about?
It is, and it took them about a quarter to figure things out. But once they did, East Brunswick played with again. We've seen them bad and we've seen them good. And the way they played defense in that second quarter was something to behold. And Bobby Henning, gosh, I mean, what can you say about this guy's ability to just see the open man when seemingly there's nothing there? He also, I guess he's the leading scorer. You're going to go over the scoring in a second, but nailed a lot of important outside shots when things were not clicking for East Brunswick on the inside. Now their whole game is coming together.
No question. You know, I like to tell the story that John Madden, the football analyst, likes to tell about guys' quickness, and I think it applies to Bobby Henning. He's so quick that when Bobby turns off the light switch, he can be in bed before the room gets dark. That's how quick he is.
All righty.
Let's look at the scoring. South Brunswick was led by Mike Neese, who had a pair of 3-pointers and finished the first half with 8 points. Tremaine Reed had 7, but was saddled and limited with 3 personal fouls. Drew Beery had 3 points. Only 3 players scored for South Brunswick in the first half. East Brunswick was led by Bob Henning, who had 13 points. Ryan McBride had 11, including 3 3-pointers. Chris Schuler had 4 points, and Larry Press had 2. They only had 4 players score. And as we mentioned, East Brunswick outscoring South Brunswick in the second quarter, by the score of 14-3. We have a halftime ceremony coming up. Stand by for that.
Skinny Scott.
So here's our halftime presentation. Athletic Department honors the championship boys volleyball team, which finished the season with a 17-1 season record, a 12-0 division record, and we're state champs. Other accomplishments include the Eastern Tournament Championship for the second straight year and defeating Lakeland in the Clifton Tournament Championship match.
Greatest group to go out coaching, and just to put it into words in terms of records, we all really understand. In a 2-year period, these guys that we're going to announce compiled a varsity record of 39 wins and 4 losses and won 2 consecutive state championships. So a round of applause. I'm going to announce a few managers first, and then all of our letter winners. So thank you very much again from all the boys volleyball team, parents, booster clubs, and that's our new banner up there underneath the scoreboard, and we love it. Stacy Weinberg. Tiffany Aguirre. And the letter winners, Paris Borshak. Seb DiPietro. Mike Ressler. Alex Stein. Ryan Walsh. Jeff Lee. George Chen. And I also want to recognize Chris Schuler, who's on the varsity basketball team, who's in the locker room. So round of applause for Chris. Again, thanks very much from all the guys, all the parents at volleyball. Thanks for the applause and everything. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so the coach making a nice presentation to the volleyball team. Let's go over that list in case you had trouble hearing it. Watching Frank Knoppenberger, the director of athletics, handing out the awards. The managers, Vic Engel, Attica Gunja, Alyssa Feldman, and Tiffany Aguiar. And the letter winners, Taris Borshuk, Seb DiPietro, Mike Ressler, Alex Stein, Ryan Walsh, Derek Morales, George Chen, Jeff Lee, and Chris Schuler, who we will hear from in a couple of moments as quarter number 3 of this boys basketball game between South Brunswick and East Brunswick resumes. All right, getting set for third quarter action. East Brunswick leads South Brunswick 30-18 as we count the seconds down here at halftime. Just had a quick off-microphone chat with John Haley from the Home News Tribune, who's talking about some of the clubs he's seen this year. He said St. Joe's with that front line size, all those guys going 6'6", 230. Tough to beat right now. He said they seem to be separating themselves from the pack in terms of talent here in the GMC. But need a little luck. You got to stay healthy. You got to be disciplined. Lots of things can happen in a high school basketball season.
We also talked about how the flow went in this first half of the game, and we both agree that when Horton exited the game, that really made a major difference for South Brunswick's ability to not only score, but also to defend Bobby Henning.
Yeah, it took the speed out of the game. It took a little life out of the game for South Brunswick. Here comes Henning. Getting things off on a very good note for East Brunswick. Henning has 15. He's just resumed right where he did when the last second ticked off the clock at the end of the second quarter. He's giving Horton fits. Horton does well to come across the midcourt line. This is Mike Neese. Original starters in the third quarter. Same ones that started the game. Neese, Tremaine Reed driving baseline, and a near steal by Justin Borak. Did well to defend that, read the pass. That was anticipated for Drew Beery. Drew Berry, Mike Neese, Trent Horton, Tremaine Reed, and Mike Knight York for South Brunswick. Back it off for Neese. McBride, Henning, Press, Schuler, and Borak for East Brunswick, the starters here in the third. York lost a handle on it. Working on Press. Here's Tremaine Reed. One-handed jumper, falls through. Tremaine Reed has been just about right on his average. He's got 9 points now, averages 15 a game. Schuler, left wing for Borak. Dumps it down low for Press. His reverse layup won't go. Good defense by Knight York.
They say it went off South Brunswick.
And EB gets it back, leading 32-20. The minute 5 gone by, third quarter.
Schuler was wide open there for a couple moments. And he's wide open again.
Deja vu. Chris Schuler with 6. Saw him come alive late in the second quarter. He's got 6 points. Averages about 7 a game. 34-20. The lead is 14. Knight York for Reed. Back to Knight York. Intercepted by Schuler. Here comes Henning the other way. Henning for a 3 from McBride. Lights out. Ooh. McBride, his 4th three-pointer of the night. He's got 14 points. And he and Henning have combined for 30 of East Brunswick's 37.
And South Brunswick has to be watching to see this game does not get out of control. 17-point margin.
37-20. This game is getting away from South Brunswick. Or has gotten away. We'll see. Here's Mike Neese. Boy, they just cannot get anything going offensively. Here's a spinning and twisting move and swatted by Press. Back the other way, Henning. 100 miles an hour. McBride off the glass. Didn't get the right kiss, but got his own rebound. Gets Knight York in the air and backs it off for Henning. 3, look out.
And a foul. Who's it on?
They're going to score the basket, but call a foul on Justin Borak. First three-pointer of the night for Henning. He is on fire. 18 points, and Borak gets the foul, clearing out on the rebound attempt. That's 3 on Borak. And we'll see what Bo Henning does, see if he leaves him in the game. Knight York gets it for Drew Berry. Finds Knight York on the baseline. His shot is partially blocked, and they're going to get a foul on Schuler. And for Chris, that is his second personal. Team foul number 2 on the Bears here in the second quarter. Schuler heads over for a quick word with head coach Bo Henning, and to the free throw line goes Mike Knight York. One of their captains without a point. Looked like a pretty good stroke on the free throw, and he'll shoot one more. One more shot coming up for Mike Knight York. Standout football player in the fall as a safety. Schuler helping out Henning in the backcourt. Henning pulls up for a 3, got it. 21 points for Bobby Henning, including back-to-back threes. 43-22. The lead is 21. Mike Knight York likes to set up there at the left elbow. Trent Horton holds against Henning. Now for Neese. Neese for a 3. Neese, good rotation. Buried the tray. Neese with 11. That's his third three-pointer. Schuler with the ball. Bounces it for McBride. Fired it down low for Press, but it was intercepted. South Brunswick on the run. This is Neese thinking about another 3. Neese showing good ball control. Leaves it for Knight York. Back for Neese. Looks like they're trying to spring him to get a 3. Here's Knight York. For Horton. For Neese. Backing in on McBride. Leaves it for Beery. Put it on the floor. Ball loose.
Woo!
Here comes McBride. McBride in a one-on-one. Let's see if he takes Neese. He doesn't. He leaves it for Press, puts it off the glass and in, and a foul. Very unselfish play by Ryan McBride. Well executed 2-on-1. Score the basket for Larry Press. He's got 4. The foul will go on Mike Knight York. That's his 3rd. And Press to the free throw line to try to finish off the 3-point play. Sean Miller and Dan Jaworczyk in the game for South Brunswick. Mike Knight York and Drew Beery are out. Justin Borak takes a breather for EB, and Matt Cassidy is in. Press at the free throw line, rolls around and falls out. Press a 60% free throw shooter. Bounce pass for Miller, back it off for Jaworczyk. Can't hit, ball clangs back iron. Here comes Henning. Henning in a 2-on-3, backs it off wisely. No need to rush here, 3:40 to play, 3rd quarter. His team leads by 20, 45-25. Backs it off for Monaseski, who's in the game. Monaseski hits a 3.
Everybody's in the act tonight.
This is the exact opposite of what we saw the other night against Perth Amboy, where there was virtually no 3-point shooting. And tonight you've got McBride with 4, Henning with 2, and now Monaseski with 1. Here's a 3 by Miller on the right wing, and he hits it. Sean Miller, his first points of the night. That's South Brunswick's 3rd, make it their 4th 3-point hit of the night. Mark Babbage said, I do like to shoot the ball from the perimeter. There's their strength. Here's Schuler working on Tremaine Reed. Now for Press, who stepped out and threw it away. Henning made a move toward the basket and left a vacant spot, and that's where Press threw it. A little miscommunication there.
Bobby thought about going after the ball, but with that ankle, he thought better of it.
Gordon Hurley returns to the game for Larry Press. Now a whistle and a foul as Henning tried to make a steal. I'm sorry, as Hurley reached in, tried to make the steal. For Gordon, his 3rd personal. Justin Borak, the other East Brunswick player with 3 personal fouls. Trent Horton, Mike Knight York, and Tremaine Reed all have 3 for South Brunswick. Here's Reed. Missed the chippy shot. That hurts. And now Henning gets bumped into from behind by Sean Miller. Miller commits his first personal foul. Second team foul on South Brunswick. East Brunswick will inbound. Chris Schuler will do the honors. Gets it for Henning, who has had no problem against the backcourt pressure applied by South Brunswick tonight. Schuler working on Reed. Here's a 3 by Cassidy, and everybody is getting in the act tonight. Matt Cassidy hits for 3. Back the other way, South Brunswick. Back it off for a Miller 3. Rebounded by Horton. Neese. Now Jaworczyk. This is Neese. Horton on the right wing. Horton doesn't do a lot of shooting. Here's Miller for another 3, way off, air ball.
You can see South Brunswick's just losing confidence. They're doing all they can just to stay up with East Brunswick. Hitting that outside 3, that's a sign of a team that's just a little desperate right now.
That last trip down the floor represented the first 3-pointer of the season for Matt Cassidy, by the way.
I think they're going to get Hurley on an offensive foul here.
They call another illegal screen or something on Hurley down low. Hurley holding his palms outstretched as to say where, and Hurley's got 4. 51-28, the lead is 23 for East Brunswick. In command of this game with 1:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Here's a pull-up by Trent Horton, who's been quiet offensively tonight. He's got his first 2. Trent had 3 personal fouls in the first half. It sat out all but 2 seconds of the second quarter because of that foul trouble. Monaseski, East Brunswick taking the air out a little bit. Get it to Henning. 1:15 to play, 3rd quarter. The lead is 21. This is a 1-point game at the end of 1 quarter. Ryan McBride getting set to check back in. Another 3 by Cassidy. He's feeling it.
Okay.
He's got the range. He's got 6 points off the bench. His second 3-pointer of the night, his second 3-pointer of the season. Here's Jaworczyk down low against Hurley. And if they get Hurley, that's his 5th, and he'll be gone. It is going to be on Hurley. That's number 5. So Hurley earns the disqualification. Not a lot of minutes tonight, and Hurley made the most of it with fouls. He's a little frustrated.
Yeah, you can't forget this guy's just a sophomore. This is his first year of varsity, and still in a learning mode, obviously.
Hurley's beside himself as he comes to the bench. Understandable, still learning a lot, trying to impress.
He ought to look at the scoreboard.
Larry Press comes into the game for him. Bobby Henning checks out. Ryan McBride returns. 53 seconds to go. Third quarter rather. 54-30. The lead is 24. To the free throw line is Dan Jaworczak, the senior forward. Jaworczak's first will not go. Second free throw is good by Jaworczak. His first point of the night. 54-31. Less than a minute to go, third quarter. This is Monaseski. Lobs it over the pressure.
Wow.
Oh, terrific passing. Cassidy couldn't convert, but they did well to break the pressure, and Bo Henning is clapping his hands on the sidelines. What he wanted. Oh, nice leave pass that time for Jaworczak from Trent Horton. Jaworczak has 3 points. Good composure by Cassidy, but has it stolen. Back the other way is Wood. Wood lays it up and in. Chad Wood with 2. 54-35. It's a 19-point lead. 10 seconds to go, third quarter. South Brunswick with a bit of a burst here at the end. Monaseski, 5 seconds to go. Monaseski, pull-up jumper, off balance, air ball. We've come to the end of the third quarter.
Well, Mark Babbage, South Brunswick coach, is clapping his hands, and he has little to cheer about tonight, or has had a little to cheer about. 19-point margin. Boy, it was 25 there for at the end of the third quarter. But East Brunswick is still in good shape.
South Brunswick scored almost as many points in the second quarter, or in the third quarter rather, as did in the first 2 quarters combined. But East Brunswick still outscored them 24-17. Let's go to the huddle.
Oh, you got to come down with it? Okay. Hey, when I say to get some touches, that means we want to get a few passes. We could have ran the whole quarter down.
Whoever's driving, whoever's heading, you're going to give the ball to. You got to jump up the
Now, Justin's got you to start here. I'm going to need you, though. Right?
Keep your hands active.
And Shu, you're right, been in the whole time. You okay? All right. All right, I think walk-up is a better look. Were we sliders the last couple times?
No, we were walk-up.
We were walk-up, but you got to know to go right. You got to go right so we can bump to second base, okay? All right, hey, look, they finished strong for a minute. You kicked their butt for 6 or 6.5 minutes of the quarter. Let's take it to them right at the beginning again, all right? Keep it up.
Come on, boys.
Slide to second.
Something like that.
What is he saying?
Well, he gave South Brunswick credit for their little burst at the end of the quarter. Let's see if South Brunswick can sustain. A lot of foul trouble. Horton with 3, and Tremaine Reed with 3. Mike Knight York with 3. Here's Drew Beery. South Brunswick's got a little life, and then they throw it away in the first 7 seconds. And Mark Babbage has his hands on his head as if to say, guys, how can we do that? We're doing so well. Underway in the fourth and final quarter, 54-35. East Brunswick leads by 19.
There's going to be some pressure now by South Brunswick, more so than at any point in the game.
The original starters are in the lineup for both sides. There's a steal. Babbage wants his team to run. Horton working on Henning. Contact, but no foul. I'm sorry, Wood is not an original starter. He is in the lineup for South Brunswick. Knocked out of bounds, and South Brunswick maintains possession. Neese is the original starter who's not in. Chad Wood is in his place. This is Tremaine Reed, their leading scorer. Nearly stolen by Henning. Horton tried a fancy pass that was nearly stolen by Schuler, knocked out of bounds, and South Brunswick gets it back. 46 seconds gone by, fourth quarter.
South Brunswick needs points, and they need them quick.
Chad Wood will trigger the inbound for South Brunswick. Gets it for Knight York, working on press, and converts.
Nice shot.
Mike Knight York now has 4 points, and the lead is 17. People standing around, not helping Justin Borak with South Brunswick's heavy pressure, and EB calls timeout.
Yeah, Henning sensing that different type of press, different look by South Brunswick's got to adjust.
Let's see what Coach Henning has to say.
All right, now look carefully here, okay? Larry, you still got that deep? Larry, you still taking it deep, right? Okay. Now, we got 1 here, 3, 2. Take that guy a little deeper right and it'll open the middle. If you can't hit him and you can't go back to Bobby, Shu should cut right through in here. Come meet the pass. Get the ball in the middle and then attack.
They're going to be able to go back to the
Yeah, now, if we go to this side, Justin, right? If we go to this side and Ryan's out and we can't get it to him and you can't go back to Bobby, Justin, find a dead spot, cut on through, okay? I think that's wide open, at least it looks like to me. Then make a play.
All right, 1 minute gone by, fourth quarter. South Brunswick has some work to do. East Brunswick may see them take the air out of the ball here. 54-37, they lead it by 17. Looking for win number 7 on the season. They're 6-3, both clubs 6-3.
That's what they're going to do, take the air out of the ball, and isn't it nice to have somebody like Bobby Henning in the game for East Brunswick?
Henning's jumper won't go. The rebound by Knight York. Here comes South Brunswick. They want to run it. They feel this is the way they can get back in. Chad Wood for Horton. Knight York driving at the free throw line. Leaves it for Beery, who converts. The left-hander drained it on the baseline. It's a 15-point game. Drew Beery with 5. Closest South Brunswick has been in a while.
I think they've outscored them 10-0 here.
There's a layup by Henning, who now has 23. He'd been quiet offensively for a while. 56-39, the lead back up to 17. Here's Tremaine. Can't get it to go. Blocked out again by press. Tremaine Reed has been bottled up pretty well tonight by the EB defense. Sean Miller is in. Chad Wood is out. Miller will trigger the inbound. 6:07 to go. Time running out. They get it into Reed. Reed trying to set up Schuler for something. Between the legs dribble, coughed it up. Ball loose. Press has it. And the possession arrow belongs to South Brunswick. Press took a little knock in the head too as the players were falling. Doesn't seem to show any ill effects.
They pointed South Brunswick wrong.
And so East Brunswick is going to get it. 5:56, another minute has gone by, and the lead is still 17. Borak, pressure in the backcourt, looking for help. Press, throws it away. Horton, fouled on the play by Borak. Tremaine Reed hit the deck hard. Justin Borak, that is his 4th personal foul, team foul number 6. Reed taking his time getting to the free throw line, took a good knock there by Borak.
He did. South Brunswick doing its best to utilize its athleticism to take the ball away from East Brunswick. They've been very successful the last 2 minutes.
Tremaine Reed 1 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. First is good. He's got a pretty good looking stroke. He reaches double figures. He's got 10. Averages 15 a game. 5:39 to go. Second free throw will not go. Rebounded by Schuler. Here's Henning. 5.5 to play. Borak left wing in front of the cheerleaders. McBride. Borak. Press. McBride to a cutting Borak, knocked out of bounds, and East Brunswick gets it. Matt Cassidy checks in.
I'm wondering why they're forcing it. They really can afford to take clock off.
Justin Borak checks out with his 4 fouls. Cassidy is in. And Bob Henning calls timeout. 5:18 to play, 56-40. EB by 16. Let's check in with Bo Henning.
Duck in towards the basket so he respects it. It doesn't look anything like the first play we're running. That's why they're not selling it. Where is it? Way out here now? All right. Ryan, I want you to start kind of down on the block. Larry out here. Go up and screen for Larry. Then double back hard to the basket. Larry, you come towards the corner to get it. See if we can catch him in a switch here, okay? Ryan, who's in there? Bobby? Bobby, start the far side shoe. Screen from the high post for Bobby.
East Brunswick basketball. Press gets it in the corner, picked up by Knight York. Lots of pressure by South Brunswick. South Brunswick desperate for the basketball. Henning, who dribbles it about 4 inches high and makes it very difficult to steal. Gets for Cassidy, bounces for McBride, now Henning.
If I'm East Brunswick, I keep that ball in Bobby Henning's hands as much as possible.
Here's Press inside. Wow, against 2, Press converts. Larry Press has 6 points. His team leads by 18. Sean Miller, Knight York for Horton. Off the glass, won't go. Press goes big for the board. Steps through the double team and puts it on the floor, the big man does. Now it gets it to Henning. The ball seems to be safe and sound. 4:20 to play. The clock, now the bigger enemy of South Brunswick. Schuler for Henning. Looked like a vicious screen underneath. Mike Knight York took the brunt of that, and the referee wants to see if he's okay. And I think that hurt Knight York's pride more than anything else, and didn't want to hear if the referee was interested in his well-being. And Knight York comes out of the game in favor of number 40, Dan Jaworsak.
Thought he was on the football field.
It's not often you see a guy that size take that kind of hit. Knight York is well built, well put together athlete. Halfway through quarter number 4, 58-40. This one appears to be all over but the shouting, but we've seen stranger things happen. Cassidy now for Henning. East Brunswick not in a big hurry to shoot. McBride for Cassidy. Schuler, just a lot of perimeter passing right now.
We're going to have to start fouling pretty soon. South Brunswick will.
A lot of time coming off the clock. No shot clock, obviously, in high school basketball, and now a foul on Sean Miller.
It's only the 4th team foul, I believe.
And for Miller, his second personal, team foul number 3 on South Brunswick. Still got a couple of fouls to give, but not their primary concern right now. They trail by 18 with 3:20 to go. Here's Henning taking more air out of the ball. Almost poked away from behind, backs it off for Cassidy. Well, I think, you know, one of the biggest differences in this game so far, the point guard, Trent Horton, who's key to their offense in terms of the way he penetrates, gets 2 fouls in the first quarter and goes to the bench, then picks up his 3rd with just 2 seconds gone by in the second quarter. Misses the entire second quarter virtually, and
yeah,
his team gets outscored 14-3, and South Brunswick has never recovered from that 12-point halftime deficit.
So you get another foul on Horton. That's his 4th. And Horton's leaving the game.
Sean Miller and Trent Horton come out. Chad Wood and Jim Jaworsak return to the lineup. This is all over but the shouting. 2:46 to go. The lead is 18, and East Brunswick in no hurry to shoot the ball, and with no shot clock, they're going to have to foul, and they've got some very good foul shooters on the floor.
I think South Brunswick's going to have to pack it up, take off, and think about their return meeting with East Brunswick February 6th. It'll be at their gym this time. And last year, South Brunswick handed East Brunswick at the feet on their home court, and Mark Babbage says that was probably their best regular season win of the season.
Yeah. Put a lot of pride in that win. Here's Press underneath. He's hammered. They'll go to the free throw line. Bobby heading out of the game now for East Brunswick. Came off a little bit hobbled. With the South Brunswick foul on number 40, Dan Jaworczak, his first personal.
Kind of ankle injury that's going to probably plague him for the entire season, but he's going to shake it off. Get ready for his next game.
So I think it was Sean Miller got that foul. I'm going to give it to Miller. Press at the free throw line for the second time tonight. He is now 0 for 2 there. A 60% free throw shooter.
Well, they say Jaworczak now. No, check that. You're right. Miller.
I looked up late and saw the ref. Well,
whatever.
I'm confused at this point.
Pressman doesn't.
Yeah, he missed the second one, so he's
the second one as well.
0 for 3 at the stripe. Lead holds at 18 with 2:20 to go. Another turnover. I saw the referee late indicating a 4, and I guess I looked up late. Although they're only indicating Miller with 1 foul on the scoreboard, so I think I might be right. I think it's going to go to 40, Dan Jaworczak. I'm standing by that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, you said this game is going to be all over except for the shouting. I don't even hear any shouting anymore. This was long over.
See one of the student trainers giving a bag of ice to Bobby Henning.
Free ball.
Jaworczak backs it off to his brother. Here's Wood for 3. Now a rebound foul on South Brunswick. Larry Press is going to go to the free throw line as Drew Beery picks up his first personal foul. Into the game for the first time tonight, Joe Heiser, junior forward, multi-sport athlete, plays football as well. Heiser is in for Tremaine Reed, who's done for the night. Also in for the first time, Chris Brown, a junior forward, who gives a break to Drew Beery.
He's played a good game tonight, Drew Beery.
Now East Brunswick calls timeout. Minute 45 to play, 58-40. It's going to be a full timeout. Let's check in with Bo Henning, see what he has to say to his team, which has an 18-point lead.
Screens got to be solid. We got to break back hard to the ball, right? No circular ones. All right, let's come out Pennsylvania here, right? Pennsylvania. We're going to send Paul. Ryan, you're going to play the role of the one man here, essentially. Shu, he asked the official if you can run the baseline because that may help. Did they just score? No, it's turnover, so you can't. You're playing a 3, right? All right, I got you. You're on one of the elbows. Larry, you're on the other elbow, right? We're in the bonus with the next foul, so be real strong. They'll foul, and you may not get the call. Ryan's going to be here. Ball, first time we do it, you're jamming and going deep. Second time we come to it, jam, come back to the ball, right? Bobby, you two guys will come together on Ryan's side. Ryan will come off the double. Then we got Bobby breaking down for the ball. Ryan cutting through if you get it. Larry, you got to find a dead spot if we need you. Still have 2 timeouts if we need them. Hey, no matter what, play D, 21D.
Both teams came into tonight with a 6-3 record. This was a very good response for East Brunswick coming off a 72-54 loss to St. Joe's the other night. They were sluggish in the first quarter. The defense was suspect. It was a 16-15 game after the first 8 minutes, but East Brunswick has responded here. Big response for them coming off probably to them was an embarrassing loss. And they've responded well against a quality opponent.
A lot of new faces in here for South Brunswick.
Shot missed by Chad Wood. Here's Cassidy backing it off for McBride. Minute 20 to go. Monaseski runs the point. Cassidy playing catch on the perimeter. That's all they're going to do at this point. Chris Schuler, double team, backs it off for Paul Monaseski. Here's Press. Top of the arc with a minute to go. McBride. Well, this is just a clinic on taking the air out of the basketball. A clinic.
It is, and South Brunswick, however, is thankfully not fouling.
Cross court for McBride. Line catch with Monaseski.
Uh-oh. Red means foul. Mark Babbage pleading to his team.
Joe Heisler picks up the foul, his first. Team foul number 7, so East Brunswick now gets the 1-and-1. At the free throw line, Paul Monaseski. Monty's been perfect this season. 5 for 5, 6 for 6. 100% free throw shooter. He's got 4 points. Gets the bonus, he'll shoot one more. Second is good too. He maintains the perfect streak from the free throw line. Timeout. East Brunswick's going to sub in a couple of guys. Larry Press is done for the night. Chris Schuler comes to the bench, as does Ryan McBride. In for the Bears, Jeff Rushnack, 6'4" junior. Also in, Rich DeCina, 5'11" sophomore. And Bobby Mineta, 5'10" sophomore.
Like a scrum there for a moment. But Mineta at the bottom of the pile, right in front of the South Brunswick bench. Well, they're going to keep on fouling, apparently. 20-point margin.
That foul belongs to Chris Brown, his first. South Brunswick has 9 players which have committed a foul. Free throw is good by Rich DeCina. He's on the board. This is DeCina's first free throw attempts of the season. 1 for 2 at the stripe. 61-40. It's a 21-point lead, 20 seconds to play. Here's Wood backing it off for Jaworczyk. Jaworczyk looks for help, gets it off for Wood. Wood pull up from 3, can't hit it. And a rebound foul is going to go against DeCina. South Brunswick now on the 1-and-1. Rich picks up his first personal to the free throw line as Dan Jaworczyk, the senior forward. He's got 3 points on the night. 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 10 seconds to go. Can't get the bonus, misses the first. And East Brunswick will run out the clock. Next game for EB will be against Edison. That's a home game. Another tough opponent. Then Piscataway comes in. A tough stretch here.
Yeah, if the Bears have any designs on moving up the ladder to challenge St. Joe's for the Red Division title, they're going to have to pretty much go flawless here the rest of the way.
Second foul on Chris Brown. Monaseski still perfect at the free throw line, not only for the game but for the season. One more coming for Monty. He converts. He's got 7, 4 of 4 from the line. He's 9 of 9 for the season. At the buzzer, Wood's shot will not go. Final score, East Brunswick 63, South Brunswick 40. East Brunswick improves to 7-3 on the season. South Brunswick slips to 6-4. Let's take a look at the final numbers. South Brunswick was led in scoring by Mike Nees, their junior forward, who had 11 points, including 3 3-pointers. Tremaine Reed finished with 10, about 5 off of his season average. After that, it was Drew Beery, who had 5, Mike Knight York, who had 4, Sean Miller had 3, Dan Jaworczyk had 3, Chad Wood had 2, and Trent Horton, who was saddled with foul problems early in the first half, finished the game with 2 points. East Brunswick led in scoring by 2 players who were red hot. Bob Henning, who had 23 points, including 2 3-pointers, and Ryan McBride, who had 14 points, including 4 3-pointers. Paul Monaseski off the bench with 7. Matt Cassidy off the bench with 6. Chris Schuler had 6. Larry Press had 6. Rich DeCina had 1. Those are your scoring totals. East Brunswick improves to 7-3. Good job tonight and a good response after getting beat up by St. Joe's the other night.
Oh, absolutely. You take a look at the final score, 63-40. Sometimes they say that the margin of victory isn't indicative of the way the game went. Well, I would propose to you that this was indicative of the way the game went for East Brunswick. They played superlative defense, especially in that second quarter. And let's talk about Bobby Henning. Here's a guy, I tell you what, if you wanted to videotape a game and send it to colleges just to show the versatility of this guy, the way he hits shots from the outside, runs the offense, this is the game to do it because he really showed what he can do. And when Bobby Henning is on, everything seems to fall into place for East Brunswick. Really good evening for them.
No question, second quarter made the difference. This was a 16-15 East Brunswick lead after one quarter. East Brunswick outscores South Brunswick 14-3 in the second quarter. They win it going away 63-40 to improve to 7-3 on the season. For the entire crew here at EBTV and for my partner Jimmy Allinder, Gordy Dale is saying have a good night, everybody.